And when people are like you were a shitty Venom, I'm like, oh, what movie is that from? And I'll like kind of Google it.
Right? Go for it. Hola amigos, welcome back to another video. We are back at my friend John's garage / shop, and I got more amazing stuff to show you guys. If you guys enjoyed that Venom video, oh my god, you're in for another treat because I got more Venom stuff for you. So look at these guys. All these like different iterations of this character. It went through so many different tests, and even on film you kind of see like 3 different versions of Venom, I believe. So these are some of the things that you saw on screen and then some of the things that you didn't. So again, back to the huge beast over here. Look at these claw hands. These are fantastic. I don't even know if this is like a good scale of what Topher was in the film, but it feels to me like these might be even bigger. So I feel like the intention was to make it a huge beast that was towering over Spider-Man the way that it does in the comics. That was one of the things that I recently saw Todd McFarlane talk about, how they didn't make him big enough, and in the Tom Hardy version he was pretty pleased to see that they made him like a huge beast, which that's what the character is supposed to be. So if you guys can kind of get a sense with my hands for how big this thing was supposed to be, you know, I imagine Topher's taller than me, but I don't think he was like this big. So, you know, I'm fortunate that, you know, they ended up going with something that is a little bit closer to Spider-Man's size, because in reality he should have been towering. He should have been a huge, more menacing kind of foe to Spider-Man. But since there was so many things happening in that movie already, he wasn't the only villain. There was Sandman, there was New Goblin, you know, they kind of did what they did. But I think Venom alone, and we all agree, is a pretty formidable foe on its own for Spider-Man. So let's take a look at this right here. And I believe the mold is back here for what we did see on film, which was this webbing that I believe you casted in silicone, right? My friend John is actually camera guy today. He doesn't want to be on camera, but he's the one that did all this casting right here. And what it is was, this goes on top of the costume. That black suit that you guys saw in my other video would have had this webbing all over the suit. So it kind of surrounds the mouth area, and then underneath the huge lips would have been those dentures that Topher wore. And this is kind of interesting how you get a little bit of, you know, like silicone on where the lenses would go. But imagine this would be trimmed out and you would actually put the lens material on there, because otherwise, how was he gonna see? Same back here. We have one arm mold already kind of molded with the actual muscle suit, so that they could just go on top of the costume and lay in all that webbing, which here it probably doesn't look like webbing, but if you guys use your imagination, you would see that all these kind of little channels create that 3D webbing effect. Which we do, I think, have. This is very similar, right? Like to that, except I'm not sure. Yeah, this is also another version where the mouth is already covered in that webbing. Probably when it's like kind of taken hold, you can kind of see the teeth under there, all those like crazy teeth. And then the webbing seems to be a little bit different design. So again, they did multiple tests for this character. Awesome. Yeah, kind of like a different, larger lens as well. Back here we have a couple more we were talking about these might be kind of gaskets that go inside the undershell to make the actor's performance come through, so that the shell would fit really snugly and they could move that jaw, that hinged jaw and everything, and control that like denture and the character's mouth as he moves. We have something similar here with this mold. This was for the inside shell of Spider-Man, or the black Spider-Man version, but you can see that even the lens area is present here, because what they would want is each actor and stunt guy to have their face form fitted with that shell. Here we have another, I don't want to skip this guy because this is beautiful, and my friend John actually made this like little display base to go with it. But you see now we get the tongue action. I believe this is like from this mold, correct? Mm-hmm. Which is, you know, it would have been made in silicone, similar to what we have on the big boy over here. And you have all the teeth and everything. This, I think, resembles also what the huge animatronic maquette would have been like if it had all its skin. Very alien-like. Alien Day was just yesterday. I don't know when this video is gonna go up, but this kind of reminds me of a xenomorph. Very, very cool. Back here, we kind of have some molds for the different, oh yeah, you can even see, maybe these are the parts, the silicone parts that kind of go in here. So when the jaw opens, this would kind of stretch and be all gnarly. And then some of the inner mouth area with the place to put in all those resin teeth. Amazing stuff. And then we have a hand back here, which would be, again, kind of like the webbing that would go on top of the costume. Unfortunately, hunting these pieces down has been like hunting Pokemon. So there's only some pieces here and a lot of pieces still out there in the world. It is at this point kind of like trying to put together a DeLorean, a Back to the Future DeLorean. There's some of us hardcore fans out there trying to find all these pieces to put together the Back to the Future car, right? So you kind of have to hunt down that DeLorean door over here, find a freaking farm that has another DeLorean like car hinge over there, like the door hinge. It feels kind of like that. My friend John is kind of in this same hunt like as I've been, to kind of get those pieces and try to restore or put them together again to form what the initial design would have been back then. So much like he did with this piece, it's going to go into the Edmonton Prop Museum. And you know, we do it because we're fans. We love to work on this stuff. Him and I were talking about just how cool of a project it is to just kind of get your hands on it and work on it. It's kind of like a dream project. But then we also do it for the other fans that can get to appreciate it. That's why we do these videos. And that's why, you know, the Edmonton Prop Museum is going to have all the cool display pieces for you guys to be able to see them in person as well. So again, pretty overwhelming to see all this stuff. It's really, really cool. And I can't wait to see it all set up. They're probably going to do something really cool with the lighting over here. This can kind of be posed in different ways. And I'm guessing all these or some of these pieces are going to be at the museum as well. Right, John?
Sure.
So they might or might not be. Or if they're not there in June, they'll be there eventually. So, all right, that's the video for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, put them down below. And whatever I can answer, I'll answer. And whatever I can't, I don't know. See you on the next one, guys. Bye.